Shop Podcast.
Hello. Happy New Year. It's Will and Ben.
Hello. Is it Happy New Year? Because this is going out on New Year's Eve, isn't it?
Sorry, I take it back. I wish you the worst year ever.
Whoa, that's deep. That's deep. So I'm sorting my microphone out as well. It's not in the right place. For all in a bit of a tiz.
You are in a bit of a tiz, aren't you? Go on.
Yeah, had to rush
Tell us your
that
catchphrase. Tell us your catchphrase.
I haven't seen any football.
Go.
Yeah, I've watched very
Excellent.
little football this Christmas. I've genuinely just sat with family.
Fair. Okay, let's get into it. How was your first Christmas as a DILF?
That's a DILF. I really appreciate, firstly, that you call me a DILF. I think it's very sweet of you, and I fully appreciate that. It's been really nice. Christmas is so different when you've got a child. Everything is about them. But do you know what was worse about all of it?
Worse? I love how you went.
Thing.
Everything was all about the child. Do you know what's worse?
No. Do you know what's the worst thing? The worst thing, though, is we got up at 6 o'clock. Maisie didn't get up until about 8.
Mate.
She's such a good girl, isn't she?
Yeah, but I had the same thing, basically.
Really?
Yeah, so I was up about 6:30, come downstairs, made a cup of tea and a coffee. Not both. Both were not for me. It was one for each. I had the coffee, just in case if, you're interested. Didn't want to leave it on a cliffhanger.
Tune in next week, folks. See what he had for lunch.
A KFC rice box today. Banging. Yes. So Jack came down and I was like, right, don't go into the front room because Robin isn't there. So don't go in there. Wait, come in here. So obviously, my house, there's two ways that you can get into the kitchen. You can either come through into the kitchen from the hallway, which is the door that he was stood in front of, or you can go into the front room and then cut through the dining room, which is obviously the way that he needed to go at that time.
Of course it was. Because he had to go in there. Just have a quick glance over his shoulder. Oh, no, because your tree's right in the front of the door, isn't it? As you go in.
Yeah, as you go in. Yeah, it's right there, yeah. So
he's such a legend, your boy.
He was great. Yeah, honestly, it's amazing. How amazing is it though to have the kids there, like have Maisie there, and to like just watch and be present and
yeah. It's nice. It's so nice. I think it'll be better in a couple of years when she understands what it's about and she can open the presents herself and just see that big smile on her face, understanding like, oh my god, it's this toy, that toy, or whatever. I mean, that's the only way to top it. But she's got so many toys and stuff this year, and I'm just so, like, Laura and I are both so happy about it. And she's playing with all of them. Our parents are spoilt and rotten as well. And it's just lovely. It's just lovely. And Christmas time, it's been really nice. We managed to see you, which was lovely as well. To you and Selge and the Shaftesbury's, as you are now going to be called soon. Very excited. Everything. Old Triple Dick over there in the corner. Legend.
Yeah. So obviously my nephew was the similar sort of age to Maisie last year, and then this year was different. He was like interactive and a lot more. So it will going forward, mate. It's going to be I know it was magical this year, but going forward, it's just going to get more and more, mate. Trust me. But yeah, I did have I had a letter that's come through in my correct name, and then when I read the letter further down, referred to me as Mr. Shaftesbury, which I think is probably better.
Willie Dick Shaft. Just honestly, that's the only way your name could have been improved, is if your name was Shaftesbury. And I love the fact that obviously we're doing this podcast. We normally catch up before, but where I was running late, I thought I'd call you on the way home. And Selge and I both say the same thing about your name. Oh, Triple Dick.
Triple Dick.
Love it.
Triple Dick. It. I think it's as I get older, I get more dick.
Standard. Get it from anywhere. What? Don't know, but that is staying in a big clipped up sunshine. I might even do that myself. Whenever I'm feeling down, I'm just going to play it. Or when you ring, I say it was a ringtone and a video comes up. I just want more dick every year.
That sounded so much better in my head than it did when it came out.
I can imagine.
Yeah, anyway, yeah. Let's move on.
Yeah.
So you had a good Christmas, did you?
Yeah, lovely Christmas, mate. Thank you. What about you?
Yeah, it was nice, mate. Yeah. Had a good one.
Question for you.
Okay.
Is the big man called Father Christmas or Santa?
So a bit of both, but we do refer to him either as the big man, the FC, Father Christmas, or Santa, I know him. But you haven't seen Elf, have you? Which is the most mental thing that there is about you. And there's a lot of mental things. But the fact that you've not seen Elf is probably the weirdest.
I'm sorry to say that that's weird, but yeah, soz.
Mm.
What can I say?
I did a couple of firsts over the last couple of days, and I thought you'd appreciate it.
Oh yeah, I did see this on the gender reveal.
Yeah. So I went and had a pedicure the other day.
What?
Yeah.
You had a what?
A pedicure.
Hang on, I need to sit back and take this all in. I'm going to move the mic closer here. Sorry, Will, continue, please.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, I came out feeling like I was wearing Crocs. My feet felt so good.
Can I just ask a question, just interject before you continue? You know, we joked a couple of weeks back about selling pictures of feet online.
Yeah, I do
and you're
remember
getting
that
a
now.
pedicure for the first time.
Yeah.
Are these related?
I just want more dicks.
What, more dicks, more feet?
Yeah, honestly, the stuff that came off of my feet, if you're eating, like just fast forward like 30 seconds, the stuff that came off my feet, mate, was fucking grim. I didn't know I was a disgusting animal until that happened. It was a real eye opener to how badly my feet had been treated forever, really.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm going to go back.
What do they do then? Talk us through a pedicure.
Well, so obviously you can get them painted, but I opted not to.
Bullshit. Next.
But so they use like this. I don't know what any of the shit is. They use like a metal thing that they like scrape your toenails with to get like, I think it's like dead skin and horrible stuff off of it.
Yeah, do a cuticle or something, isn't it?
That's it, a cuticle thing. Yeah, but my big toe looked bigger. My little toe looked bigger, where I think there was just like so much shit just came off of it. I was like, oh my god, I've actually got a toenail under there.
Wow.
And then they used like a blade to get rid of skin. And she spent a long time down. And English was not her first language. And she tried to talk to me a lot. And she had a face mask on.
No.
It's so difficult to understand. But they had a chair massager thing. Mate, I was in my element. I thought, me and Ben need to come here for a date. Just not a double date, just a date. Just me and you.
Yeah, we don't need the girls there.
Nah.
Don't want to gay it up, do we?
Yeah, that would be ridiculous.
Why would we want to just make it, feminine day? Like, it's a manly day. Pedicures and a massage.
Yeah. And then the following day, I went ice skating for the first time.
First time? I'm sure you said you've gone before.
No, I've been, but I stand on the side and watch and hold the handbags and stuff.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I went on, mate.
Oh, how was it?
I did all right. I feel like, I was no Torville or Dean.
I'll say
I don't know which one's which.
Woman, so
okay.
On whether this was pre-pedicure or post-pedicure, depends on what you wanted to be.
But I only fell over twice. Once I managed to catch myself. The other time, straight on my ass. Yeah.
Were you actually fully skating, or was it more of a sort of walk and a bit of a glide?
A bit of both. I feel like as I got into it, there was a bit more of gliding going. It was like,
well done.
It was a bit like Bambi, just with less grace and decorum.
Yeah, I can appreciate that with you. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you
nice. I've only ever gone once or twice, I think, and I'm not very good at it.
Yeah.
I walk round.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it?
Next time we have Ali on, ask him about it. Cause we did it when we went to Paris on a school trip, and there was an ice rink there, and we were not very good.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, we were not very good. We were holding each other up at one point. Each other's hand and holding the side, trying to go round.
Well, the thing was, right, honestly, my masculinity is going to go right under after all of this conversation. But
and it was always at a high with you, so...
Yeah, no, yeah. But Selge is really good. So there was a couple of times where she kept coming up to me offering me her hand. And so I was skating around with Selge while she was holding my hand.
That's romantic, if it was the other way round.
Mate... There was instant like, please never touch me ever again, as like she's watching me sort of doing all of that while she's just skating normally, holding onto my hands, thinking, oh, fuck it, who is this loser?
I feel for you. I feel for you.
Yeah. You know, I feel for her. She's the person who I feel for the most in all of this.
She was out in public with you after all of
Yes, she'd just seen the dead skin on the bottom of my foot whilst we were having a pedicure, and then she's dragging me around an ice rink. Like, honestly, if 2025 she goes in still thinking she wants to be my wife,
She wants to be Mrs. Shaftesbury. Jesus. To be fair, on the pedicure thing, I want to go and get one, like all jokes aside, because I can imagine, like, mine are disgusting. I know that for a fact. So I think they'd probably charge me extra for my feet.
Yeah, I did wonder that, but no, they were very good. I'll take you. We'll go.
Sounds good, mate. Let's do it.
We'll go.
Yeah.
All right, shall we get on to some football news? Or is there anything you want to talk about?
No, I think we've...
Let's man this up.
Where else this could go, really?
Let's man this up and talk about football.
Yeah. I just want to start with a bit of injury news.
Is it Arsenal injury news?
Yeah, Starboy is out.
Did you see the Instagram picture he put up of him in a hospital bed?
Yeah.
How badly did you want to cry?
It genuinely upset me. I'm not going to lie. It genuinely upset me. It's just so sad to see because everyone loves Saka.
Yeah, everyone.
Every team that, everyone hates him but loves him.
Mate, Selge loves him. She's always like, oh, he's so sweet. Like, just like, oh. Ever since he missed the penalty in the final, like, she's loved him.
Yeah, everyone loves him.
I reckon that she'd like have him in and just like have him as her son.
Okay. She is old enough for that though, I suppose, isn't she? Ben's feeling brave.
Ben is feeling brave. Ben's heard she doesn't listen anymore.
Yeah. We know, as soon as you said, should we talk about football? She's like, off.
Yeah. Mate, she doesn't even listen to the start anymore.
No, Saka's out for 2 months minimum. I think
least.
It's really going to be 3. Because that's a hard thing to come back from, and it's making me scared that this could be like a Reece James scenario if it's not managed correctly.
It could be.
Injury, isn't it? That's a difficult one to come back from.
He didn't pull up though. Like I think he just finished running, and it's just one of those. Oh, it's gone, and I was like, oh, he'll be all right. And then like it looks worse and worse as it kind of went on. It was the Ipswich game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, and the fact he's had surgery says it all.
Yeah.
Says it is
quite
bad.
quickly as well.
Got to have surgery. Yeah, they didn't wait until the next morning that they normally do for scans. They went straight in that night with scans. Got it all sorted within a couple of days of that. Speaks volumes for how bad and serious that potentially is.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
So yeah, very disappointed in that one. Yeah, so that's a shame.
I was intrigued yesterday afternoon, especially after seeing that Colleen was at the Everton game where they lost, to see how her husband is doing down in Devon. So just in case if everybody was wondering, Wayne Rooney, his managerial style is still shit. They are rock bottom. They haven't won.
Are they bottom now?
Yeah, rock bottom. Yeah, I think I can't remember what it was, the stats that I read. I had it all in my head. It's something like they've played like 9 games and lost 7 of them. Something crazy. Whoa. Yeah, not doing too well. And they've had some big losses. 6-1 at Norwich. They've had like a 5-0 away loss. At home.
Got beat 4-0 by Coventry, wasn't it, the other day?
Yeah, the other day. Yeah, that was Boxing Day, I believe. Yeah. So, yeah, Plymouth Argyle are in more trouble than they ever have been since recruiting Wayne Rooney as manager, which is a funny one, isn't it?
It is, and it just goes to show that being a good player, well, to be fair, he was a world-class player, doesn't make you a good manager. You shouldn't automatically get these jobs, and rightly so, he hasn't, and he's clearly not good enough.
It does seem like it. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But he's got January to come up. I think he needs someone who can score. They've had a few injuries. He needs someone that can score, and they probably need to bolster that sort of midfield, sort of central midfield defensive area. And they might be all right. But I think if he doesn't get the funds and he doesn't change the fortune, I think by February he'll probably be gone, Ben.
Do you think they'll give him all of that time? Because surely if you want to change something, you've got to get someone in to at least get a couple of their players in.
It's one of those, isn't it? Yeah, you're right, because he only came in May, so he's had the summer, and he's been unlucky with injuries. But could that new manager bounce be the thing that takes Plymouth up? But they don't. I mean, I'm not going to profess to be like an expert on Plymouth Argyle, but they don't strike me as the type of club that just hires and fires willy nilly.
No, you don't hear too much about them, so it's probably a good thing that you don't. I don't know their background either, but I think it was bold getting him in, and that maybe it was more for publicity than anything else potentially, or maybe they really do believe in him. I don't know, but he's not proven the doubts wrong yet.
No, you're right. And sticking with January transfer window, did you see the news yesterday? I think it might have been this morning, that the Spanish press are reporting that Trent Alexander Arnold deal to Real Madrid is all but done.
I did see this, yeah. That is a big, big blow to Liverpool.
It makes you think.
Found true.
It makes you think, doesn't it, that Van Dijk and Salah just can't. They have to just give Salah what he wants. I mean, I don't know what he wants, but they have to give Salah pretty much what he wants.
Yeah, because you can't lose that whole right side, can you? In one window, one summer.
And I mean, the way Salah played, especially against West Ham.
Do you know what? I didn't realise the score until earlier on.
Really?
I know I know it was tight at one point.
Height.
And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh my God, it's 5-0. What?
Yeah, I think it was 3-0 at half time, wasn't it?
Mental.
But yeah, it was. I mean, he's insane. And Van Dijk as well. Van Dijk is having a fantastic season. Yeah. So is Trent. You know, Trent can ping a ball. He can put it on sixpence. Like, he's so good. He will.
So old.
He will transform that right side of the Real Madrid team, because they've got Carvajal there, haven't they?
Yeah, he's injured though, isn't he?
Yeah, but traditionally,
I think. Yeah,
traditionally, that's where he plays. Trent is a lot better going forward than he is. Maybe not in the air.
But the thing is, so we spoke about it with the Mbappe stuff, didn't we? I'm not saying Trent's not a good player, because he is. Is he what Real Madrid need though?
Yeah.
Because I feel like anything that's more attacking, they're leaving themselves more open at the back.
Ben, any team that has Trent in it is better.
Yeah, I get it. I'm just trying to open up a debate, but thanks for just shutting it down. There's no
shutting it down.
Just shoot it down.
Honestly, it doesn't matter, because Real Madrid will bomb forward, and what they need to do really is work out how to get Trent in the middle of the field. That's what I think they need to do. They got so many that probably
will they sign him and transfer him as a midfielder?
I don't think so, because I don't think they need it. They probably need him as the right back that he is at the moment, and to be bombing forward and cross those balls in. They just then need their centre backs. Who have they got at the minute? They got, is it Boateng and
Boateng?
Not Boateng. What am I talking about? Rudiger, Militao, and then who's on the left? Is it still? It's not Marcelo, is it? It's the other guy.
Marcelo's. I mean, he's retired now.
Yeah. If you could just get to the point rather than trying to dig me out at every opportunity.
I was digging you out. I was just saying he's retired.
No, I can't remember. Anyway, they need like 3 really strong defenders to kind of cover from him going forward.
Yeah.
But you know, saying that, they've got Chimeni and stuff in the middle of the pitch anyway, who can
cover. Defensive. Yeah, because Camavinga was doing left or right back for a while, wasn't he, as well?
Yeah, I think he's going to be solid, mate. Him there, oh my God, Real Madrid.
Just think of that diagonal from right to left, Trent to Mbappe or Trent to Vinny. Fucking hell, what a transition.
Oh, but either that, or you just, play the ball down the wing or into the middle, and you've got Jude Bellingham.
Mm. The thing is, I feel like this is potentially going into like a Galacticos kind of theme again here.
But they've got Mbappe on a free. They got Trent on a free. Bellingham, I don't think they pay too much for.
I think it was like 80 mil or something.
But for Bellingham, who's British, that should instantly be 800 million. And obviously a shirt being retired somewhere along the line.
For God's sake. Paul's going to be listening one day and go, fuck's sake, they're still going on about this. It's a star-studded team, but they need to be a team.
They do. And I tell you who will not be part of the Barcelona team.
Danny Olmo.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Is this all confirmed that he's definitely leaving? Because they've got until, well, this goes out obviously 31st. They've got until the 1st of Jan to register him, or he's allowed to go on a free to anywhere, isn't he? Is that right?
So he's a Barcelona player, and he could only get a 6-month registration, and then Barcelona had to sort out. Yeah, right. Barcelona had to sort out their financial issues, whatever that is that they've got in terms of like their PSR, FFP bullshit that they've got, which is quite stringent actually in La Liga, and they stick to it. Not like the Premier League of we'll charge you, and then we'll think about it after appeal, and we'll do all of this bullshit. La Liga are like, nah, you haven't sorted your finances out. Danny Olmo is not going to get it extended. And then they went to the Court of Appeals and stuff, and they went, no, like you've agreed to this. You have to get your finances in place before you can register Danny Olmo, and they haven't. So
good.
It looks like he could be sitting on the sidelines for the next 6 months.
Well, surely he can just go sign for anyone else, can't he?
No, because he's still owned. He's just not registered. He's not registered to play in La Liga, but he's still owned by Barcelona. Still on the contract.
So he could sign a pre-contract with a foreign club in Jan, though, couldn't he?
He could go out on loan, I guess, yeah.
But he could sign a pre-contract, a Bosman, like Trent.
Well, no, because he's still under contract, isn't he?
Well, how long? I don't know. How long is the contract? I thought you said a 6-month contract.
No, that was his registration. So it's all about his registration with La Liga, isn't it?
Right. Okay. So we don't know how long his contract is, though.
I don't know.
It's just so confusing, like what's allowed and what's not. Because I've read everywhere that he's eligible to just walk out.
Maybe then. Yeah, I didn't read that, but yeah, if that's the case, then that's the case.
Reports, so I don't actually know.
Yeah, maybe he can just walk for free. That would be incredible, wouldn't it? Go back to Leipzig.
About to go to Arsenal.
Yeah, we don't need him. He's number 10, isn't he?
We need something. Need a bit of spark.
Mate, Martin Ødegaard is irreplaceable in that mid. I love him. He
smashed it against Ipswich, didn't he? Did really well. Set up loads of goals for us, free-flowing football.
Did you watch it?
I watched a lot of it.
Martin Ødegaard is the best thing in that team.
He's fantastic, but when he's not having a good game...
He did sky a few over the top. I will give you that. Anyway.
He seemed really thirsty to score.
Yeah, he's desperate. Anyway, right. Anything else that you want to talk about before we move on to the matches in the Premier League that you have not watched and will not give any insight into?
No, I think we just go on.
Yeah. I can't wait to hear your goal of the week's going to be.
I'll probably just mute myself at this point and just let you do all the talking. No point me sitting here, really.
Finally. Okay, so Man United, let's talk about them. What are you thinking about Man United at the minute, mate?
Shit.
What do you think of shit?
Tottenham. Joe, I think every Man United fan needs to be very patient with this.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very long process. It's going to be fine. I think they will get there. I think Amorim's a good manager. He's done very, very well with Sporting. He's not had lots of money, so he does it around a team. He does it on his principles, which clearly work. Whether that can relate back to the Premier League and translate to the Premier League, I don't know. I think he's a good option to have, but I don't know who else will do anything better, quite frankly, because there's a lot of work that needs to be done behind the scenes as well. And also, just quickly on it, just jogged my memory. So I don't know if you've read it, that, they're doing all this cost cutting at United at the moment. You see that they've cut their payments to the ex-players support fund. So for their ex-players that obviously represent them for top level or the academy or whatever, if they're struggling financially, like low incomes and things like that, they give them a payment support.
Okay.
And they've pulled it. They're not doing it anymore. So not supporting any of their players that leave.
Okay.
At all.
Okay.
That's bad, isn't it?
Worrying, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I don't think they would have taken that decision lightly, I would hope.
I don't know, but yeah, ruthless. They cut like the Christmas bonuses. They cut everything, so it's just a voucher.
Yeah.
Whereas they was getting loads of stuff. Don't get me wrong. I know it's still nice to get a bonus, blah blah blah. But when you're doing everything up there and you're literally going to the bottom, it's really poor. You're not looking after your people. Look after the people. Look after the club. It's the same. It's any workplace, isn't it? You know that, being a people man yourself.
I do know that, yeah, but I know that finances are the most important thing. And when finances are tough, things tend to get cut. That is one of the first things that goes, as you know. So worrying times, and Man United are going to need to spend big. They've got a rebuild on because I spent some time looking through the Eric Ten Hag transfers that he'd brought in, and individually
Okay.
they're all okay players. You know, if you look at Anthony when he was at Ajax, right? No, hear me out. When he was at Ajax, he was a good player, right?
Yeah.
So it made sense at the time for Ten Hag to buy him. Maybe not at the price that he paid, but it
No,
made
because he
sense.
paid more.
Yeah, thank you. But it made sense to buy him though, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you look at it individually, they were all okay players. He just couldn't get them to gel as a team. Now you've brought in Amarin, who's going to play a completely different style. He's been, I think what he's doing so far, if Marcus Rashford isn't up for it and he's not playing him, fair play. If Garnacho isn't up for it and he's not playing him, fair play. But he has changed the system where those two players don't fit into the system because he plays wing backs.
Yeah, true.
So it's one of those.
Yeah,
He's going to have to transform that team. So he's going to have to sell the players before he can buy. I'm assuming then, if that's the financial situation at Man United.
Yeah, and I mean, who do you sell? Who can you sell?
Well, you'll get money for Rashford. I think you'll still get money for Rashford.
Rashford, Garnacho, I think you'll get money for. Anthony?
I'd love Garnacho.
That's just going to be going on a free.
I think you could try and get money for Anthony. You maybe Xerxes isn't wanted. Ericsson, you might be able to get a little bit of money for. If you get rid of Casemiro, are you just saving the wages there?
Yeah.
There's a few people that you could get rid of. I think Garnacho would fit in at any club. But yeah, I mean, going back to the game, I don't know if you've seen it, but Bruno Fernandes, I don't like Bruno Fernandes that much. And he plays for Man United, so I've always put it down to that. But I don't really like his attitude that much. He deserved that red card. He was stupid.
I've not seen catchphrase. I've not seen it, but I agree with you. I just don't like him. He strikes me as a really sulky, stroppy teenager that's never grown up.
Yeah.
And he's got the same sort of work ethic. Well, it's better, but not much better than Ozil on the pitch. Give it to me. You've got to pass it to me. Thank you for calling me Arsena Wenger. Not Arsenal.
Arsene Wenger.
Arsena.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. I did not see it. Sorry, I did not see it. I have to walk back.
But yeah, let's not talk about Man United anymore because I thought Wolves were very good. And Matheus Cunha, congratulations, goal of the week.
Is it?
Well, he's got direct from a corner. I can't see anything else beating that.
Yeah, I have seen that.
I mean, it was crazy that it managed to get in, but fair play to score from there.
Isn't that twice in a week?
Yeah.
Twice in 2 games that United have conceded directly from a corner, wasn't
it? Yeah. Because what they do is they'll put Onana in the middle, they surround Onana with players so he can't move, and he doesn't.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, okay.
There's no Man United defenders trying to push them out of the way or try and give him a bit of room or him making some room for himself. So he just stands there and goes, that went in.
Such bizarre tactics, isn't it? Like Onana, sometimes he'll pull off some really, really good saves. And we were saying he's looking a lot better this season. But then all of a sudden he'll pull off this like ridiculously stupid move where he'll just watch it. It's as though he's a fan. He's not on the pitch. It's as though he's sitting there in the stand just watching the game. Like, oh no, ball went in. No, what do I do? Oh, damn it.
It's a bit like watching Ali that one time he went in goal. If he's still listening.
Bless him.
I'm only joking.
Poor old Ali.
Now, I've got another question for you.
Go on.
What do you think of Tottenham?
Shit. Sorry, let's be correct here. I think they're in a very difficult place. They need their players to pull their fingers out and perform. And they need to adapt to a slightly different way of playing. The gung-ho approach is great. It's entertaining. And don't get me wrong, I love watching Tottenham games at the moment. Any game I can see, I'll try and watch them if they're on TV because you just don't know what that score's going to be. You know for a fact it's not going to be a 0-0.
Yeah, definitely. The thing for me, because I agree, they play lovely football. It's free-flowing. The only thing is they are playing with Gray, who I think played at right back, but is a central midfielder. He played at right back for Leeds, but is a central midfielder. Dragusin, but they paid quite a bit of money for him, didn't they, if I remember rightly? Was it like 40 million they got him in for?
Yeah, 30, 40, something like that, I think. It wasn't cheap, but he's a second choice, isn't he?
Second choice, yeah. And then obviously you've got Pedro
Who's now
Porro.
injured, may I add now.
Yeah, So they've got Pedro Porro to come back. And Van der Ven obviously is kind of seems to be a bit injury prone. And Romero's out as well, isn't he? Jed Spence got a red card, which was stupid. Like, you're on a yellow card for throwing the ball away. Why go in like that? It wound me up that he did that. But, you know, I think Tottenham, I don't think he will change the way that he's playing. He needs his defenders back. He needs to get better at defending. So time will tell, but I do fear. So obviously they lost at Forest, and we'll come on to Forest in a little bit for their games. And then, did they play yesterday? Yeah, they drew 2-2. They gave it away yesterday against Wolves. With Strand Larsen came in. I think it was completely unmarked, if I remember rightly. Wang Hee-chan's got a belter, absolute belter outside the area, smashed it in. So, yeah, I don't know what to say, Ben. I think he could be on his way out.
I really... Any Tottenham fan, that if you are listening, look, we don't mean to bash you all the time, but I'm genuinely interested what the thoughts are on Ange. Because from an outsider perspective, especially a rival, I think he's, I was a bit jealous when he went, to be honest. And I thought, oh shit, he's a good manager here. And I still think he is a good manager, but I think he's too stubborn. And you've got to identify your weakness, surely. So I don't know what you Tottenham fans saying. So if you are a Tottenham fan, you're listening, do let us know. Drop us an email or drop us a comment, just to get a better understanding of what the thought process is.
Football Job Podcast.
4 years, you still don't know the email address,
but they did get booed off. So I think it's almost pretty clear that it's starting. They're not happy with the results. I mean, what are they, 11th in the table now? They haven't won for a little while. It is starting to get into, but I still
they're
think
11th.
I'm sure. I think it's 11th. Yeah, let me just check.
Wow, I didn't realise they were that low.
They are 11th.
I assume they're always like top 7, top 8 generally, even if they're having a bit of a bad run. I didn't realise they were that low down.
Yeah, out of 6 games, they've won 1.
What's bad form? Bad form.
They've lost 9 this season, won 7, drawn 3, 24 points, 19 games played. It's not good for them.
No.
But they do play exciting football, and I think if they do stick with Ange and they get him through this, get him a couple of defenders on loan or whatever that he needs and support him through it, I think they'll be all right. Yeah. But it's not the Tottenham way, is it? They think, how do I say this without sounding like an Arsenal fan? I probably can't. But they think they're above their stations. I genuinely think that Tottenham's problem is that they think that they should be Champions League every season, that they are this top club. And I'm not saying that they're not a top club, but I don't think they're as good as they think that they are. And once they get that out of their head, and that might just take some pressure off Tottenham, because, brilliant stadium. They've got some really good players. I mean, Son, I think his contract's up, and I don't know if he's going to be renewing it, so he could be off on a free. So, what life after Son?
Yeah.
What does that look like?
Yeah, it's interesting. And do you know what? I think it's a really interesting you've just said there, because I think there's a couple of clubs in the Premier League that are like that.
This is a transition.
Two that seem to struggle with that mentality, though, it's Tottenham and West Ham.
Yeah.
And they're the clubs that seem to be more changes generally. And things are always, I do this, I would do that, I would do this, I would do that. And just sometimes you've just got to accept where you are for a couple of years and then build on that. So you've got foundations, not have 2 years of, we're doing really well, and then drop off the face of the earth again. You can't keep doing that.
No, and I tell you who's done that really well and probably taken advantage of this transition that we seem to be in the Premier League, where there's lots of clubs who would normally be top, but are dropping off. Man City as an example. Arsenal haven't been anywhere near where we thought they would be, and Chelsea has obviously lost a couple. Liverpool seems to be the one running away with it, but kind of second best at the minute is Forest.
Yeah.
And we was slating them. Was it beginning of last season for their 300 signing? Talking about them.
It's a different team now, though, isn't it?
But that was the plan, wasn't it? That was the plan. Get all of these players in. We'll sift some in. We'll sift some out, and they'll come up with this team who's second in the Premier League, and they've won the last 6 games in a row, 5 games in a row. So
Different manager as well. Don't forget.
it is a
And
different
all of
manager.
a sudden, it's a manager that knows what he wants to do and is playing to Forest's strengths. You
They're
don't want to play this gung-ho. This is why he failed at Spurs. He didn't fail. Spurs failed him, in my opinion. And it's not bashing Spurs or anything. It links back to what you said about that mentality thing. The pressure's there. Yeah, he had a rough start. He didn't have the best start at Forest either. But they gave him time. Look what he's done this season. Give him time to work what he wants to do, get the players to know the system, and he knows the players that can play his system. And all of a sudden, he's looking like the top manager in the league this season so far, by a country mile.
The pressure's off for him. Is off for them, isn't it? He's just like, we just do our thing.
Yeah.
With defensively, with Milinkovic and Murillo, they are solid partnership. I nearly said parsnip. I've got fucking roast dinner on the brain. And then you've got Gibbs White, Chris Wood, cannot stop scoring, Alanga, Hudson-Odoi. Like, honestly, they are a team of, dare I say, rejects, because Chris Wood wasn't wanted at Newcastle. Alanga wasn't wanted at United. Odoi wasn't wanted at, where was it? Chelsea.
Yeah.
Gibbs White came from somewhere. I can't remember where he was, but he came from somewhere. It's just a team of people that they were on the fringe, never really going to make it. They put them together, given them Nuno, who didn't make it at Tottenham, and it's just a perfect concoction of rejects. I hate saying it.
Do you know what? Rejects, I think, is
harsh.
too harsh on them, given other teams in the league. Like Fulham is an example. They've got rejects that are playing very well. But I think Forest, there were fringe players that didn't have that chance. Not necessarily rejects, it's just they were behind good players. So it's like, look, just come to us, you'll get game time. Oh, okay, wicked. It's not a reject that's got to rebuild their careers, because they bought lots of young players, haven't they?
Yeah.
So I think it's a bit different to rejects. I know you like to say reject, but...
Take what I say with a pinch of salt, but hopefully you get what I mean. But yeah, I don't think they are rejects. But yeah, they're fucking playing brilliant, mate. I enjoy watching them. They just sit back, they absorb the pressure, they don't care if they have the ball or not, and then make a mistake, give them the ball, and they will fucking pounce. They do not care. It's good. It's nice to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I've got another question for you, Ben.
Go on, Will. Fire away.
What do you think of Man City?
Very difficult to predict.
Very difficult.
Low in confidence.
That is, I think you've hit the nail on the head there. Yeah, low in confidence. Because even at Leicester
a lack
yesterday,
of ideas.
Leicester in that second half, mate, they had so many chances. I think Bonanute hit the bar twice. Jamie Vardy missed a few sitters. Leicester were actually, that scoreline of 2-0 to City kind of didn't really do Leicester the justice that they deserved. Really? Funny. Yeah. Funny team, Manchester City. Not back to their best, but how big would that win have done after a draw at Everton?
Huge. And I saw Haaland at full time was like the crowd were cheering for Pep, and Haaland's like, Pep, go and see the fans, go and talk to them, and he's sort of like proper shoving him out there. Yeah, and you can see Pep was sort of loving it a little bit. So maybe it could be a confidence builder thing, and they'll kick on and start get themselves together, and it could be things like that really could become a turning point for the season for them, potentially. January winter's around the corner. I'm sure they've got signings lined up, because they haven't spent much recently, and they've sold reasonably well as well. So they've probably got money to play with, despite these charges. This could be the last time they buy players. So you could see them go absolutely bonkers and fucking buy everyone they can.
Yeah, possibly. But so if I can't think of a top player off the top of my head who City need. You're a top player, right? So they need a Benzal. Yeah.
Everyone needs that, yeah.
You've got Manchester City coming after you. Do you go there knowing, in the back of your mind, we might not get Champions League next year?
Yeah.
You still go?
Yeah. You've got Pep. You've still got world-class players there, and you've got Pep still there.
For 2 years, you got Pep.
You've got 2 years. Look at what City have done for the last 8 years. Yeah, you'd still go for it. If this was like their third year of struggling, then maybe not. This is their first time in 8-9 years that they're struggling.
Good answer. I think I agree.
Not often?
No. And then, kind of before we move on to the Liverpool game, I think just a special shout out to kind of the Fulhams and the Bournemouths, because they have been. I mean, Fulham have been really punching above their weight, especially with that Jimenez, Iwobi, Smith Rowe. I think he's out, isn't he, at the minute?
Mm.
Yeah,
It's very
I think they've been doing really, really well, and Bournemouth as well. Bournemouth have got the making of a fantastic team there.
They have. Do you know what? I feel like this season there's not many shit teams. I feel like a lot of teams are very good. I don't think anyone's well. There's a couple, obviously. Southampton.
Yeah,
I don't think there's many shit teams like Bournemouth, very good team. Fulham, very good team. Palace, I still think are a very good team generally. They've been a bit flaky this season, but I think they're a good team. Leicester, I think, are a good team. Obviously, you've got your Cities, Tottenham's, your Wolves. I think they're good teams still. West Ham, on paper, are a good team. The only real crap teams, Southampton, Ipswich.
nah, Ipswich is harsh, man. They got some good players.
In terms of quality, compared to everyone else, I think they're the only teams that you look at and go, yeah, they're probably, if you were going to say one or two teams to go down, probably going to be them at this point.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to say, though, Dibbling for Southampton is special. You heard it here first, mate. Dibbling
he'll be gone in the
special.
Summer. If they go down, he'll be gone. Someone will snap him up for sure.
And Delap as well at Ipswich. But I don't think that's really on the down low. Yeah, fair play to him. Okay, let's talk about Liverpool Football Club.
I just want to talk about a quick stat on Arne Slot that I saw earlier today.
Thank you.
2024. I'm just going to verify this on my phone quickly as well, just to make sure.
Is this where he's only lost one game?
Yes. 51 games played for Feyenoord and Liverpool. 41 wins, 9 draws, 1 loss.
Technically, you could argue 2, although it was a draw over 90 minutes. I think he lost on penalties to Roma.
Yeah. But that's incredible, isn't it?
Unbelievable. Nottingham Forest are the only team to beat him.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's unreal how well they're playing. I never expected Leicester to do anything, although they did get an early goal. But Liverpool cannot hold them back. And I'll say it again, that 5-0 win against West Ham with Salah. Some of the skill, like for the first assist that he got, that's that piece of skill where it sort of went through the legs of Kilman, I think it was. No, it was Mavropanos. He went through the legs of Mavropanos, and then he sort of turned and poked it into Gakpo, who scored. And then the run for the Jota goal. Oh my God. I just can't stop. I mean, he got a bit fortunate with his goal, to be fair. I think that was a bit shit from Areola, which always makes me think of a nipple. I always have to think of nipple before I can remember his name.
My God.
Yeah. So, but Salah, mate, is... I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but Salah is a very, very good footballer. And Liverpool need to do what they can to keep him.
I'm going to ask a question here, and it might sound a little bit contro. Is Salah as good as Ronaldo? For what he's doing in one league, at his age, seems to be getting better and better. Is he going to sort of be on that same trajectory and keeping those high standards as Ronaldo? Maybe not better than him, but that sort of level, keeping that elite level.
He's not at the Messi Ronaldo level, and I think we've been quite lucky to have that level. Personally, I think we've been very lucky to have that, to experience that, to have those, just the highs that they managed to get to and what they could do. If it wasn't for those two, I'd say that Salah is up there, starting to knock on Pele, Maradona's doors, starting to get up to that kind of level. But no, I don't think he's even there. I think he's a Premier League great. That's what he is.
Not a legend.
He's a Liverpool legend. He's a Premier League great
legend. Really?
Who would you?
What does he need to do? What does he need to do to become a legend for you?
Well, I guess who would you put in there as who's a Premier League legend? Before I say no, because it could be Thierry Henry, yeah. But he's an Arsenal legend. Is he a Premier League legend?
Of course he's a Premier League legend. Alan Shearer.
Then yeah, he's in there. Yeah, he's in there. He's a Premier League legend, yeah.
Yeah, Ashley Cole, Patrick Vieira, Eric Cantona.
I think people are going to argue with you about who you think are Premier League legends.
Well, these are in Premier League Hall of Fame. So
Yeah. Okay. Right. So the Hall
it's
of
hard to argue.
So that's different though. So you're asking. So what are you saying, that if they're in the Hall of Fame, then they're a Premier League legend?
Well, yeah, because they are. If they're in the Premier League Hall of Fame, and they're legends of the Premier League. They're in the Hall of Fame.
Okay, so that's your take on it, right?
No, that's the Premier League. It's them. It's not me.
They're calling them legends.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I don't.
Yeah. That's what I mean. That's why I'm saying it, because that's what they deem as that. Now, for me, I'm struggling to think of a better right winger in the Premier League era. In the Premier League.
Was a fantastic right winger.
Yeah, but how long did he do it for?
Forever.
In the Prem. Yeah,
well, he went to Real Madrid.
But that's what I mean. So he's not done
Well, then you can't have Cristiano Ronaldo in there.
You can, for his time in the Premier League. I think he was very, very good.
No, never. No.
But it's very hard. It's very hard to separate what they've done throughout their career.
Yeah.
If you look at just the Prem. But I think what Salah's done in the Prem, I don't think there's any better Premier League version of a player on the right wing. I can't think of anyone on that right wing.
So not better. So you think he's better than Cristiano Ronaldo?
I think for consistency in the Prem, potentially, he's not a better player, no. But in the Premier League, for that consistency, it's a really hard thing to justify either way.
You heard it here first. Ben thinks that Mohamed Salah is better than Cristiano Ronaldo. No. Let's not.
Premier League. I've just said this. So no, Premier League eras. Premier League. League. He's on that. No, because you're a dickhead. No, because you're such a clickbait whore. If I was a celebrity, people would be lapping this up on Lad Bible.
100%.
What?
He said that. Yeah. He did say that.
I'm just saying he's exceptional.
Context
I think
is
this
key.
season is his best season he's ever had.
Yeah, mate, to be serious, yeah, you can't fault him. He is a Premier League legend, as described by the Premier League in the Hall of Fame.
There you go. Right. Well, what's next? What do you want to talk about?
So who are we going to give the goal of the week to? Should we give it to Cunha?
You tell me, Will, because you've seen him, not me. I'm Arsene Wenger.
I can't really think of off the top of my head now. I can't think of a better goal than a corner. Have you ever tried to score from a corner?
What do you think?
I think it's a no.
If I could hit it on target, I'm loving it. Let alone from a corner. I can't bend a fucking football unless I'm throwing it.
Yeah, all right, let's give it to him. Let's give it to Cunha again.
There you go. Congratulations.
Also,
Cunha, FDP goal of the week.
Shout out to Fulham for beating Chelsea at Chelsea for the first time since 1979, something like that.
I think it was 67 or something, wasn't it? I think it was even further. That's incredible. And to do it in such dramatic fashion as well.
Yeah. Right, yeah, 90th minute.
95th minute.
Yeah.
Amazing. Love to see it. And we needed Chelsea to drop a few points, so it's really nice.
Yes, we did. Yes, you are correct.
If everyone can do that to do Liverpool in 2025, that would be fantastic too.
Yeah, okay, let's look ahead to 2025, Ben. That's a really good segue into the segue. So, what are you hoping for 2025?
Arsenal to win the Premier League.
You couldn't even say that and hold a straight face.
Arsenal to sign a world-class striker.
So, realistically...
Whether it's winter or summer, that's what I want us to do.
Okay. Fair.
What about you?
I am hoping that the Liverpool contract situations get sorted soon, because I am really bored of hearing about Salah coming out. Oh, still nothing, still not where we want to be. And Virgil van Dijk being quiet and everyone being like, what's going on with Virgil? And then Trent, is he going to Madrid? Is he not? I'm just bored of it. Like, get that sorted. I would quite like it if Arsenal won something. Anything, don't care. Just want them to win something.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And I would really, really, really appreciate the collapse of Manchester City to continue into 2025 and further. And also, I'm really enjoying watching Man United, Tottenham and Man City lose.
It is fun. It is fun. Long may it continue, Will. Long may it continue.
Let's hope so. So we'll leave it there. And what I plan to do on our next episode, if you should agree and adhere to, is to review the Premier League predictions that we had in place, where we listed
good.
from 1st to 20th, and go from there.
That sounds like a great idea, mate. I'm up for that.
Excellent. Well, then there's nothing more to say than to bid you adieu. Wish you a happy new year. And I hope 2025 brings you nothing but joy. Have you got any New Year's resolutions on the cards?
Yeah, I want to drink 2 litres of water every day, because I do not drink enough water. The typical, I want to lose weight, do this, get fit, blah, blah, blah. But the water thing is going to be a really big thing for me.
Okay.
So
I can't wait to see you in the toilets more with me. My toilet buddy.
What about you? What's your New Year's resolutions? Hopefully not to see me in the toilet.
That is my daily resolution. Will I get a cuddle from Ben? If not, can I see him in the toilet?
After your pedicure stories earlier on, you can't keep saying this stuff, mate.
So I want to hit BMI.
Do you?
I want to hit BMI. I want to get better with promoting, recording, editing, marketing this podcast, because I feel like over the last sort of 3 to 4 months, it has been just something that we do, not enjoy. We just do it and we don't enjoy it. So I want to get back into that.
No, just to interject with you quickly there, I agree with you. And yeah, I'm going to add that onto mine as well to put more effort in. I've not even watched anything, for example. I need to get better at making sure this is a priority again, because I love talking to you every week about it. We do genuinely enjoy it, but we're not showing it as much love as we probably could have. And that's a lot of that is down to me as well.
Oh no, mate, I'm right there with you. I would appreciate it if you did watch some of the games. It does make it a bit more helpful. That is all I'd ask. But yeah, that's kind of my New Year's resolutions. There's a couple of other little personal ones as well that I want to get done. But yeah,
sounds good. Lovely. Well, happy New Year to everybody.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year,
2020.
Goodbye. I think might have been this morning, that the Spanish press are reporting that Trent Alexander Arnold deal to Real Madrid is all but done.
I did see this, yeah. That is a big, big blow to Liverpool.
It makes you think.
Found true.
It makes you think, doesn't it, that Van Dijk and Salah just can't. They have to just give Salah what he wants. I mean, I don't know what he wants, but they have to give Salah pretty much what he wants.
Yeah, you can't lose that whole right side, can you, in one window?